One of the very first 360 camera effects that truly blew people's minds was bullet time. It was the shot that made people go, how did they do that? And is this another Matrix sequel? 360 cameras made effects like bullet time so easy that a complete beginner could do it and achieve great results. However, like most cool camera tricks, people overdid it, swinging the camera too fast and using it in situations that it just doesn't work well in, leaving audiences more dizzy than entertained. But today, I'm bringing it back, because done right, bullet time can still be one of the most mind-blowing shots you can possibly achieve with the 360 camera. So in this video, I'll share my top 10 tips for epic bullet time shots. Big thanks to Insta360 for sponsoring this video, and all shots from the video were filmed with the X5. However, this same effect and all the tips in the video can still be applied to other 360 cameras, past, present, and future. Tip 1 is that it's important to choose the right accessory, because there are a couple of different bullet time accessories to choose from. The first one is the classic bullet time cord, and this was the very first thing that was released back in the day, where you would attach your camera to it and then extend the cord and swing the camera around your head, hoping that you didn't smash it into something. The biggest pro of the bullet time cord is that it's extremely portable and fits in your pocket easily. The cons, however, do outweigh the pros. The first one is that it doesn't feel very safe to use and you have to be very careful when swinging the camera with the cord. And secondly, because the camera isn't fixed when using a string, the seam line changes constantly, causing very noticeable stitching issues around your hand, which is probably going to be a deal breaker for a lot of you. The second accessory is the bullet time handle, where you can attach any selfie stick of your choice, then holding it above you and spinning it around your head. This option works really well because the handle is very small and portable, but you can also take advantage of using your favorite selfie stick that you already would have with you and attaching it using the thread on the bottom. The third accessory is Insta360's new bullet time selfie stick, which is the most expensive of the lot and is a custom-made bendable selfie stick for this specific effect. I do find it quite clunky and awkward to set up, and I've also found that the selfie stick that's inbuilt into it extends too far, making it a greater risk of hitting your camera on something. While the handle does move really smoothly, and this is clearly a premium accessory, I'm just not a fan of it due to the awkward nature of using it. It's not intuitive, and it means you always have to use a bullet time selfie stick if you were using this as your main selfie stick. So choose whichever of the three appeals to you most. For me personally, it's the bullet time handle. Tip 2 is making sure you're shooting in the right weather conditions. While of course we all want to go out and film a bright sunny day to make our locations look awesome, unfortunately, due to the nature of selfie sticks casting a shadow and the bullet time effect doing a full 360-degree spin, which means inevitably the selfie stick shadow is going to be visible somewhere and is impossible to edit out. This means that you're going to have to cover up the shadow by either shooting within a larger shadow or filming on an overcast day. Even if it's only light cloud cover, this should be enough to diffuse the harsh shadows, and in turn it will hide the selfie stick and add to the mystery of how you achieve the shot. Tip 3 is choosing the right location, because bullet time shots don't work in all locations, especially if it's a boring location with no interesting details anywhere near you. Instead, you should aim for locations with either a lot of scenic detail in all directions or some foreground objects that are closer to the camera and therefore going to create a nice parallax effect when you swing the camera around. Tip 4 has to do with the settings you use. If you're a camera nerd like I am, you'll probably be tempted to go into manual mode and try and create your own bullet time effect from scratch. But after doing this, I can tell you it's far easier using the inbuilt bullet time mode within the camera, since Insta360 have built this dedicated bullet time mode to specifically get you the best bullet time shots possible with the least amount of editing required. So when you shoot, make sure you set it to this with the maximum resolution and highest frame rate possible. Just be careful not to go any lower than 5.7K, because this is going to look noticeably blurry when reframed. Now, as for how long you should extend the selfie stick when shooting a bullet time shot, you want to be careful not to extend it too short or too long, because these don't quite deliver the same result as somewhere in the middle. So my recommended selfie stick length is roughly 1 meter, which which should be the perfect distance to capture both you and the background without being too close or too far. Now, as for the technique you use, you'll want to make sure you hold the handle steady and selfie stick straight, almost like you're a helicopter about to take off. I know this seems like an obvious one, but the bullet time selfie stick can bump up and down easily if you don't have a firm grip on it, and this can ruin your shots. You want to do at least 4 swings of bullet time so you have plenty of footage to choose from later. I would recommend performing some kind of action during the shot as well, even if it's something as simple as looking up or pointing at something to make the shot more interesting. Next, in regards to movement, it's important not to move too fast or too slow. Try and aim for about 1 full rotation per second, and if you're doing multiple bullet time shots in multiple locations, do your best to swing the selfie stick in the same direction each time, either left to right or right to left, to help them cut together better in the edit. Now, as for editing bullet time shots, this is where things are super easy thanks to using the inbuilt bullet time mode, because both the motion settings and reframing were set in camera, so when you import the footage to either your phone or computer, all of the editing will already be done for you, and all you need to do is export. The speed will be at roughly 1/4 speed, so you can always speed this up or slow it down depending on your taste, which can also be done in the Insta360 apps using the speed feature of the editor. Now, one of the Insta360 mobile shot lab effects is called bullet time mix, where it will automatically combine different bullet time shots together into a single edit, even adding a speed ramp to help transition the shots together. Another option is combining the shots yourself manually inside your video editor. Here, I'm using DaVinci Resolve. Just do your best to sync the shots roughly at the same point of the spin, so they cut together extra smoothly. My final tip is a mandatory one, and that is don't overdo the bullet time effect, because any shot that is overdone and done badly will become gimmicky and people will get sick of them. So only use bullet time in situations where it truly would be amazing, like in the situations I talked about earlier. Now, if you're a fan of keeping things as simple as possible when it comes to editing your 360 footage, you'll definitely want to check out this video here, where I share 5 of the easiest ways possible to edit 360 videos in minutes.